Right, so things have changed a little bit. Well, first of all, welcome back, guys. Thank you for joining me. Yeah, a few things have changed. We tried booking Salter's Lode a couple of days ago, but the number was wrong, and we kept getting the husband who used to work there. Now it's the wife who does it. Eventually, she called us back on the way back from Southampton yesterday, and that, if you haven't watched, it's on our Patreon channel.
If you want to put, if you want to see
Oh my god! Oh,
you're clocked in now.
how embarrassing!
That's how Dorothy used to be with me.
Oh yeah.
We was in and then.
It's exciting, isn't it?
God.
Oh, I'm happy in this all the time, Josh.
Yeah, when the old rod.
She's seeing if she can have a go, aren't you, Ma?
Does this?
Yes. It's cool and that, isn't she? We did a little vlog when we went down Southampton to see Nan and Grandad, which was really nice, and also my brother. So anyway, she called us back on the way back, and she said, well, you can come through on Monday, but it's going to be at 5:45 in the morning. Now the thing is, I looked at the timetable and it said 8 o'clock would be the perfect time. Yeah, that's fine, as long as your boat isn't over 62 foot. The lock is only 62 foot. They extend all the rest, but they don't do it to this one. And I know why, because it's a tidal lock. If you're any longer than 62 foot, you can go out on the level tide, which is what we're going to have to do. So we're going to have to put it to Tuesday now, because luckily it gets a little bit later, about 5:30, which is still really early for us, but it's okay to do it occasionally, get up really early like that. So we don't mind. Oh, I don't mind, Dad doesn't mind, Mum does mind. So what I'm going to have to do now is I'm going to have to drop the Saba head to Holywell, because that's where we're going to be. So we've got to cruise about 20 miles that way to Salter's Lode, and then we've got to cruise 25 miles. Well, we're going to do that tomorrow, 20 miles to Salter's Lode. Then Tuesday we're going to have to cruise 25 miles to Holywell. Won't take as long as you think, Holywell, because you'll be pushed by the tide, and you'll get quite fast. But yeah, so that's 13 miles from here to Holywell. So I'm going to have to walk 13 miles now. Now the thing is, what I was going to do is half an hour drive, and I was going to get Dad to drop me off on the way to work. But the thing is, he's about 2.5, well actually from there, Holywell, he'd probably be close to 3 hours away from his work, which is ridiculous. So I'm not going to get him to drive out of his way to drop me off here, because it's a big out of the way here. And I begrudge having to waste diesel, 1 hour's worth of diesel, driving half an hour here and half an hour back to pick up the Z4. So what I might do is I might literally do the exact same walk to pick up the Z4. Yes. A lot of you thinking, oh my god, he is crazy. Absolutely crazy. I say what, I would be crazy if there wasn't one big benefit that I get from doing these walks, and that is weight loss. It is working, it's helping, I've seen it. I'm down to 200, I don't know why, I'm so Americanized. 215 pounds, which is about 15.5 stone. Now, bear in mind, back in 2021 and 2, if you go back then, you can see how chubby and fat I am. I was 21 stone. So I've lost, 6 stone, which is brilliant. But I still got a couple more to go. I want to be around 13 stone. That's perfect for my height. Anyway, a little less conversation, a little more action. Let's go down to Holywell and walk back. First thing I see when I get here. Yeah, terrible parking, I know. It'll be fine, plenty of room. So, gotta head this way first. Wind, well, where we're mooring will be down there. Even though it says private. So you can moor there, but you're not allowed to leave. This is lovely. I did put sun cream on today, thankfully. There's the Ouse. Just walking along this lovely the cow parsley path. Showed me to a place called Overcoat. Beautiful this is. So much blossom. Along this path, seen about 20 people already. I just had to look on rail map online to see if this was a railway, because it just spit an image of a railway. An embankment with hedgerow each side. But it's not. I don't think so. It's not on the map. I ain't going to walk on a old abandoned railway today, which is going to help a lot because it's going to be very straight. But that is the Great Northern and Great Eastern Junction Railway. March to St Ives, part of it. But this ain't really. I don't know. I don't know what I walked into here. Something's definitely going on. There's pairs of people after one after the other. Yeah. Some sort of walking group or something, I think. Sunday in it. Lovely Sunday at that. What have I walked into? Oh my god. Definitely some sort of walking event going on here. Past about 50 people. At the Pike and Hill Hotel. I think something might be going on here. Yeah. Walked the wrong way. Just walking to the hotel. Yeah, something's going on here. Some sort of event. Oh, it's May, things are getting overgrown now. This side I had trousers on, even though it's like 25 degrees. Boiling. Quick Google search revealed the answer why it's so busy. Just so I happened to walk into the same path as the path people were taking for the 5 pubs challenge. Yeah, never heard of it. The 5 pubs challenge is going on today, Sunday 11th of May. Figured out why this looks like a railway now. Obvious when the trees are gone. It's a flood defence. It's a bank. Because the river's the same sort of level as this land. And this bank stops it flooding. So a couple of GRPs coming up the lock. This lock takes you off the semi-tidal section, which we'll come through after we do the 20-mile tidal section. Brackish water, a bit mixed of salt water and fresh water, mostly fresh though. The tide really doesn't get up here much, only affected by a couple of inches of level probably. Leaving the River Ouse now, I'm heading off to a little village called Bluntisham, I think, or Bluntisham. Right, let's enter Bluntisham. Bluntisham? I don't know. You'll correct me if I'm wrong. I'm sure. Got to cross this busy A road. Done 3 miles now. About 3.5. There you go. That's lovely. Get that as well. It's a lovely old pub. God, so stepping back in time, some of these villages. Beautiful. To get a shot of it that way. Up the old phone box and turned into a little library now. A lot of them do. So much to look at, so many lovely thatched cottages through here. Look at that one. It's probably my favourite one. The whole village. I'm leaving it now. Yeah. You got 3 books down there. All sorts of plants. Ah yes, COULDN. COULDN. That's the next village. Not walking through it though, gonna take this public footpath. Thought this was the church ruins then. I think over there some church ruins, but unfortunately it's not on my path. It's been an extra half a mile out of my way. Walk along this little country road for a little bit, then I think I'm on public footpaths again. Yeah, just on this public footpath. I think I've done about 4.5 miles. I'm feeling alright. No pain at the moment. It's usually about 6, 7, 8 miles I feel a bit of pain. It just gets progress. Looks like that's the church at Summerham, the next village. Embankment here is the railway I was on about earlier. The Great Northern and Eastern Junction Railway, I think. So we're going to go on it in a minute for a bit. This will take me all the way back in a almost straight line to Chatter is I don't know, towards the boat, that direction. But can't follow it the whole way because I think down there somewhere it's on private land. Here we are. Thankfully it's one of those ones that's just a footpath and not properly paved. I say that because the paved ones get really busy and loads of bikes, you know, and put my headphones in, and when you don't expect it, a bike comes past, it scares you out of your skin. Flowers coming out, to make some elderflower champagne soon. Old relic from the railway past. This is why I wear trousers. It's going to be even worse on the way back. So after this walk again probably. Well, this road's over it, but this would have been a level crossing anyway. But the sidings there, see? Probably was the station. Total 6 hours. 6 miles. Bit of old track, it's cool. This is the Summersham nature reserve. A few lakes and stuff in here. Ah, oh, damn it! The deer right here. By the time I've seen it, got my phone out and ran off. Snowing all this fluff at the moment. Loads of this fluff, this blossom. So I think that lake is built over where the railway used to be. Look how grey that is. That's must be flood damage. That's the only thing I can think of. Weird. Yeah, it looks like the little lake was up here at some point during the winter, which would mean the footpath is a variable footpath because it wouldn't have been walkable. Thankfully, it's been wet so I can walk it. Hopefully, because I think it's around the other side of that hedgerow. I didn't know I have 2 phones. This is one of the reasons why. It's just a lot easier to record and check the map. See, this is what the lake was like, I guess, at some point in the summer. It's not quite got to that level yet. And this is the footpath I need to take, which is literally the shoreline. Now, I could walk it in these boots, but depends how muddy it is. I can walk that way, but it's a bit of a longer way. Yeah. It's too deep there. That bit there. Walked 7 miles now. See, I just need to get over there, but I can't. And I reckon if it's dry enough, this gap in the middle would dry up and you could walk over. Unfortunately, well, we don't want it to be too dry, do we? Siggies over there, I mean, gozzies, there's some gozzies. Great crested greaves, coots, everything. Deep. No, no, no. No, don't tell me that's the bridge. Oh my god, no. Really? I can't believe that. Okay, I don't know what to do now. Can't go both ways. Okay, I don't think this is strong enough to take me. Get over regardless. Okay. Detach this. So I ripped that bit off. God, I did it. That was probably one of the dodgiest things I've ever done. So I walked along that one, and then the last bit I walked along this one, but it cracked. I heard it crack. I just ran for it. Oh god, that was lucky. Whew. Never easy, guys, is it? Never easy. Hopefully it should be straightforward from here on. Pun intended, because the railway is very straight, and should just be walking on that. Pumps water with the wind. Whew. Right. Should be back on track now, guys. Pun intended. Hey guys, I'm empty on water already. I'm only halfway. Next time I have to take a backpack with me. Be on the safe side. Damn it. I'm gonna be dehydrated today then. The thing is, Mum has the Z4, so she can just meet me in Chatteris, because it's another couple of miles on once I get there. I need to go to Aldi anyway, get a couple of bits and refill the Z4, so I might do that if I get that bad. That's 8 miles done, just 5 more to go. Just happy I'm in these woods, keep me cool. Otherwise if I'm in the hot sun, I'm going to dehydrate quicker. Oh my god! The prophecies were true! Dad told me about these! I thought I'd never see one, a dust devil! It's gone, wow. That was good timing. That was epic. What is a bloody tornado? That's pretty cool. Oh, this is beautiful, this cow parsley. Look at that. Oh, this is a nice cool breeze. Got no shade now. Really thirsty, my throat is dry. Oh, here's some sweats. Ouse! 3 more to go, but I think I definitely have to call Mum. Otherwise I'm really going to dehydrate myself, it's dangerous. Coming up into Chatteris now. I'll call Mum in a minute and get her to meet me at the Apple Green fuel station. It's only 1.26 for fuel, petrol. Just about, probably a mile to go. Now you're just teasing me. God damn it, man. I would actually take one of those if if Mum wasn't able to save me. Sure she's beating me here? Nope. I beat her. Almost 12 miles. Here she is. My wife is going that way. Gonna do a bit of shopping at Aldi now.
Yeah. I think Josh wondered where I was. I couldn't get the handbrake off.
Yeah.
So Andy had to come off the boat and do the handbrake. So Josh would have had to walk if Andy was.
Sunday, so we only have half an hour. It's alright. It's because it's 3:30 now. Shuts for 4. Look at that whole thing. Right. No. This isn't an intro. I forgot I did the walk. I'll start the video. So I'm back at the boat, and it's the next day now. Another lovely day. I'm not a cloud in the sky.
Weed warblers. Reed warblers. Can you hear them?
Migrant. Yeah. So Mum picked me up, went shopping, and came back and hydrated myself. I think I drank about 2 litres.
Everyone says, well, you haven't got enough drink. And people think that Josh hasn't got any drink.
I'm holding the drink in my left hand, but I'm recording with my right. I never show the drink. And I think next time I'll take a backpack and...
Yeah, especially in the heat it was yesterday.
Yeah.
But I think we're 22 already today.
God. So yeah, it's a mess, I need a haircut. So we're heading down 40-foot drain again. It's called that because the banks originally were 40 foot away from each other. Now it's more like 70. I don't understand how that happened. But yeah, we're heading down here. This long straight this is, and then we get to a sharp bend which will go onto another straight and head that direction towards Salter's Lode, which will be the 16-foot drain. And we're heading to Salter Lode because we're going to do Salter Lode today and up the tidal straight, but of course it was like 5:45 in the morning.
Oh, well, I think she said we couldn't do it anyway because of our length. Something to do with the tide or something. I don't know. She said we can't do that one anyway. I don't know, for some reason. Maybe it's because
the tide never get level on that day?
I don't know. But she said we couldn't do it because of the length of the boat for some reason.
Yeah, have to go out on level.
The different lock gates, don't we?
No, we have to go out on level.
Yeah.
It has to be level for us.
Oh.
Yeah.
But not for a 58 foot or
No.
7 foot. Okay.
60 foot maximum. Because there could be a foot difference, could be 2 inches at the perfect time, but we have to go out on level time.
So it's 6:15 in the morning. You know me, guys. That's a bit early for me.
Yeah.
So
But we've got about 23 miles to do today. But we haven't got water since we went in Peterborough, which was when?
30th of April. That's when we had a pump out.
May it is now.
Yeah.
So next time we're having a pump out, because we're getting a free pump out at Erith. I think it's Erith. I'm very much pronouncing that wrong, I think. I think that's a weird pronunciation. Anyway, let's go.
Come and join us.
This is the UK Canal Map. We are down here at Richard Charles Bridge in Cambridgeshire on the 40-foot drain. We'll set off down the 40-foot drain until we get to the junction with the 16-foot drain. We'll turn onto there, and then it's a very long straight until we get to New Popham's drain, which will then take us back to the main line, or the Old Nene, and through the lovely villages of Upwell and Outwell, where we can finally get some water. After that we'll head down the Well Creek to Salter's Lode, making the cruise about 23 miles in one lock. It's nice to see some red flowers and poppies here. Lovely. You get these jets flying overhead all the time, and even though they're very high up, they're extremely loud still. We've got to come off of the 40-foot drain now and turn onto the 16-foot drain. Used to be able to go further down the 40-foot drain, but the lock there is no longer operational. So the lock down there is called Horsewade Lock. It was refurbished by the Mid-Level Commissions in 1985. The only trouble is, the next section, on from the lock, is owned by the EA, funny enough. And this is where the problem was. The EA neglected that section of waterway, making it impossible for boats to get through to the next lock, Welch's Dam, and to join up to the old Bedford River. So I believe this section closed in around 2006, and there is a project to restore it, but it really hasn't gotten anywhere by the looks of it, and nothing has changed since it's closed. Which is unfortunate really, because there's a missing part of the mid-levels that we can't do now. It is, however, a silver propeller location if you can make it down to the lock, but we didn't bother trying to do that because we'd have to reverse.
It's very 70s to me.
Looks like this crow's getting a little bit hot. There's some more middle-level commission moorings here, Royal Moorings, and this is called Skylark Moorings, as I believe there is a nice cafe nearby called Skylark.
I don't think I'm ever in the rubbish again.
So this is a notorious bridge, it turns out, and I had no idea about this, but there's a bridge down here which is a mere 6'6" high, and it is one of the most bashed bridges in the country. It seems that in the double digits collisions happen each year at this low bridge, but the funny thing is there is a level crossing right next to it for vehicles that are too tall to get under the bridge. Honestly, these people that attempt to get under these bridges in big trucks and buses are a next level of stupidity. Yet last year had 17 incidents. I'm surprised something didn't happen when we went past. You know what we're like? I think the worst time was 2022 when it was hit 33 times in a year.
Do it, Darren.
Yeah, this would be the lowest bridge of today, 6'4", and I should have moved the chimney onto the bow because we almost lost it.
Half an inch. Oh no, it hasn't. Let's take that off completely. Right, remember the cherry brandy? Dog fight going on. Yeah, big raven that is.
Well, we finally made it to the end of the 16-foot drain, and that was a long cruise. We can technically go down further to the aqueduct, which we'll go over later, but we didn't really see any point because it's just a straight line, and we'd have to try and turn around. So we're not completionists. We don't really care too much about little tiny bits that we haven't done. Now we're coming on to Popham's drain.
I think I can see something right down the end. Oh.
Cut by Sir John Popham in the early 17th century in an attempt to try and connect the River Nene to the Whale Creek to improve drainage in the area. These drains are ancient compared to our canals. 1605 to 1609 this was dug, and it was about 5.5 miles. This windmill appears to be burnt out, and yes, it did. But it burnt out on the 2nd of February this year. They deemed it as an accident and was ultimately caused by a fault within the turbine itself. I believe that farm was made in about 2005. So the question is, they're getting on now, 20 years old. Is it going to keep happening? But we are now back on the old River Nene, and this is the main link between the Nene and the Ouse. We've now got our only lock of the day.
When you open one paddle, take forever, worse than Hatton. That gate paddle's broken, and this ground paddle won't do up.
Navigation things, John.
Yeah, it was, but I think it was junction 15-minute delay. The Siggies are back.
We're now coming into the lovely village of Upwell. This is our favourite village on the middle levels. And believe it or not, but we are in Norfolk now.
Some lovely houses, really.
Dolomite.
So it's just not enough.
This beautiful church is St. Peter's Church, built in a perpendicular style out of barnack and ragstone. And there's a lovely mooring spot right outside the church, and also a water point here. Finally, we can get some water at last. And it took a long time to fill up, around an hour to fill up the water tank. And after that we finally set off again. That is the Upwell Tower Mill, built by John Hopkins in 1829. It originally had 5 sails, but by 1894 it used steam power as an auxiliary and then dropped down to 4 sails. The windmilling continued until around 1940, when 2 of the sails fell off and they ceased milling there. The second pair of sails were removed 11 years later in 1951, and the cap was taken off and the fantail gone and the tower was capped. Might have to try this fish and chips on the way back. We're in Norfolk now, a county with a coast. You don't often get that while narrowboating. There is actually some visitor moorings here, and I wouldn't really advise it on a narrowboat. It's alright for GRPs, but it's on a really tight bend. This bend is a bit of a nightmare for us.
Sorry, Joanna. We have to reverse. Reverse. Trying to get underneath.
Well, we definitely picked something up doing that reversing to get around the bend, and some of it was, blanket weed. We got done. Blanket weed got us. We knew it was probably going to happen today. We thought we might get away with it this time, but no. We were moving about a mile per hour with about 1600 revs on, which is quite a lot for our engine. It only goes up to about 2000 when you put the throttle right down. So yeah, we need to get into the weed hatch, which is annoying because we were only a few miles away from Salt's Lode.
There's wire around it. I'm going to get that off mine to cut it off. Oh! Clearing up now. Once she gets in the middle, she'll be able to... I was in there having a poo. Who's in there if you get grounded? You just got to keep...
This is water being pumped up from below us on the 16-foot drain. Yes, that is the 16-foot drain, the same drain we were on earlier in the video. Just up there is where we came off onto the Pophams drain. Wow, it's so flat. You can see the power lines just go off into the distance as far as the eye can see. more in here. Right next to the road. No thanks. Right next to the road? This is the end to the old Pophams drain, and you can actually navigate that up to the bottom of here, but it's on a different level and there's no lock, and there's nowhere to turn around, so you have to reverse right the way back. That's why we didn't go up there. This is Nordalf's smock drainage pump, which used to drain the Nordalf fen, and in later years, as the levels dropped in the fens, the mill scoop was unable to reach enough water to work efficiently, and so a second mill was built. At last, after a long day, we'd finally made it to Salter's Lode, except there was nowhere to moor again, just like last time. But we didn't want to put the pins in for literally 12 hours, so we decided to try and moor up behind that boat on the lock landing. There's a boat on that one, there's a boat on this one, so I'm going to have to put the front on this and the back on maybe that little thing there, tie onto one of those old standings.